Good evening, I'm Shameka Neely. The legislation makes texting or emailing while driving a Class C violation, subject to fines of up to $500 unless the driver is using a hands-free device. But a provision added by the Senate outlawing phone calls while driving was removed by conference committee from the final version of the bill. Bedford Senator Brent Steele says it's nearly impossible for law enforcement to tell the difference between dialing a phone or texting. And Evansville Senator Vanita Becker says that just because the law is in place, it could mean that these can be deterred. The bill passed 26-24 and now heads to the governor for his signature. Indiana University budget authors say the school will attempt to contain rising health care costs in the next 2 years by charging higher paid employees more for their coverage. But as WTIU Stan Jastrzebski reports, union leaders say they'd still like to see more changes made.
The plan, which goes into effect January 1st, would charge IU employees making $30,000 or less with just 8% of the cost of their insurance premiums. Meanwhile, employees making more than $200,000 a year would pay a quarter of the cost of their insurance. Union officials say that while they're happy a change is being made, they'd rather see a flat percentage charged to all employees.
Whatever that number is, if it's 8%, hypothetically speaking, then the lowest income earners should pay 8% of their salary into the premiums, and the highest income earners should also pay 8% out of their incomes for health care, so it's a relative match.
Communication Workers Local 4730 President Bryce Smedley says his union wants to ensure that as many support staff as possible, many of whom he says make less than $30,000 a year, are included in the lowest payment bracket. IU spokesman Larry McIntyre could not say whether the university plans to make any changes in response to the union's requests, but does say more discussion may be possible.
I think that Bryce and Dan Reeves, our human resources chief, should continue to talk about that.
So this is not hard and fast at this point. There can still be discussions, productive discussions had between interested parties on a number of sides, perhaps?
I think that issue can still be put on the table and discussed.
McIntyre says a third of the increased cost will be felt solely by those employees making more than $50,000 a year, while the other 2/3 of the increase will be paid by all IU employees. For WTIU News, I'm Stan Jastrzebski.
A look at your weather tonight, mostly clear, lows in the lower 40s. Tomorrow, breezy, a little warmer, partly cloudy, highs in the upper 70s. Tomorrow night, warmer, mostly cloudy with a 60% chance of rain, lows in the upper 50s.